Around 2023, I dropped out from school. And this is going to be the first time that people online are going to be hearing that I dropped out from school in 2023. Many people know, but I've never seen this in any of my contents before. That was the period where I picked up more strength and more focus, becoming a brand strategist.
In 2023, Precious left uni to chase a career in the creative industry, which led him to being a brand strategist. In the creative industry, a brand strategist is the architect of your brand story and identity. For this episode, we've curated 4 different colors of cards and is to pick one of them for us to get a glimpse into his
After I left
creative
school,
journey.
something happened.
Which of these 4 cards do you pick from the 4 different colors we have here?
What are my options?
We have red, we have green, we have yellow, and we also have blue as well.
Give me yellow. Should I shuffle or should I not shuffle? Let me start. If your brand, if your brand was a character in a movie, who would you pick and why? I think I will pick Gaius. If you have watched Merlin, then you will know Gaius. Wait, is it Gaius? Yes, it's Gaius. Gaius is the man who helped Merlin master his magic powers, right? And why I will pick Gaius is because I have never seen myself as the star in any movie before. I only see myself as the sage, the person who is guiding people. So for me as a brand strategist, I am not the main character in any movie. You are the main character. You, my client, you, my audience, you who is willing to go from a place of not knowing what to do to a place of clarity and living out purpose, living out your full potential. You are the major star in the movie, while I'm just Gaius. So I will be Gaius. Next question. What does success look like to you? This is a tricky question. Why it is tricky is because lately I've been listening to a lot of podcasts talking about success, and I've been, seeing lots of reels talking about success, and everyone has their own definition of what success is. So for me, success is not achieving things. Success is not me failing and standing up from that failure or something. I think success for me is basically living every day and becoming better every day. Living every day, finding happiness, joy in the things I'm doing constantly. As long as I wake up and I still see a reason to be a brand strategist for that day, to help someone who I don't know, who is a total stranger, gain clarity on something I've been confusing them for ages, then I feel a certain level of success. And what comes with this success thing is going to be the audacity, the confidence, the willingness, and the hunger for me to do more. So success is a bit of everything that happens in your daily life more than the goals you achieve. That is it for me.
All right. So, how do you, from what you've actually said, how do you know when you've actually attained success?
So I think most of the time, we as humans, we are always fixed on that big thing and forgetting the small thing. Forgetting that these small things make the big thing. So how I know that I am attaining success again is waking up every day. That is first thing. Waking up every day. A dead man does not have the feeling of attaining success. Waking up every day and finding joy, peace in being a brand strategist. I think that point, I know that I have another opportunity to be good at what I'm doing, to reach out to people, to change someone's life. I mean, and another feeling I have that gives me a feeling of yes, I'm getting there is the feeling of how do I explain this? So around 2023, I dropped out from school. And this is going to be the first time that people online are going to be hearing that I dropped out from school in 2023. Many people know, but I've never seen this in any of my contents before. 2023, I dropped out from school, not because of finance or bad grades or something. I left school because I felt like, or rather, I knew that I wasn't meant to be there, studying that course or doing that thing at that point. And it felt more like me being there was never my decision. It was just more of a societal construct. After I left school, something happened. That was the period where I picked up more strength and more focus, becoming a brand strategist. The first client I met, he was going into the food industry, mainly the oil line of food industry, and we had our first call. That was the first time I made a 1 million naira from a project. Yeah, after I left school, there is a long backstory behind. It was not just all rosy. This was like 4 months, 5 months after I have left. So while we were on the call, after the first call, the second call, he told me that, Precious, if there is one thing that I have really enjoyed talking with you, it's going to be that you have helped me see better of what my future can be and what the future of my business can be. And I'm telling you the truth, that was enough sign. And that was a feeling of success that I just made a step. I just made a progress. So, me seeing people get better, me helping people get better, this is when I know that I'm attaining success. It's never about me, it's never about my family or just about my friends. It's about seeing strangers get better, which was why I chose the character Gaius. Next question. Play a song that helps your creative flow and tell us how it makes you feel. You're gonna like this one.
It should be your favorite song though.
It's not my favorite song. Whenever I feel like I just play it
It
and
should be
life
your
can just
favorite
come.
song that you used to work.
Favorite song that used to work.
Yeah, that helps your creative flow. You understand?
Hmm.
So
So
that's what the
lately,
question actually entails.
all right. So lately, it's gonna be this song. I don't know why, but I've been listening to this song for a very long time. Yeah, We Call You King by Corey Miller. My next question: How was it? How has my definition of success evolved since I first started my journey? I'm gonna make this very simple and clear. And if you're a young creative or a young entrepreneur or basically a young person who is currently starting his or her journey, then you should pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. When I first started my career, which was when I was in SS1, SS2, I my mom was sick that period in university. She had lots of sickness. May I also rest in peace. So I was in school, boarding school to be precise, FGC or Kigwe, and I had to start a business to help myself in school. So literally, I started baking in school then, and my focus was just making money. Like how much is in my account. It was never about how many lives I've changed or about how better I've gotten in my skill, in the things I'm doing, or how my vision have grown, or how my mindset have changed. It was always fixed on how much money was in my account, how much money was in my account. And money is just a tool. Whenever you begin to place money as a success metrics to your own growth as a person, you will miss it. Because at the point where there is no money, you will have no motivation, no discipline, and no hunger to do anything. So, back to the question, how my success have evolved since I first started and right now is me seeing success in lives changed, in my own life changed, in my vision expanding, in my mindset changing, in my character getting better, in my morals getting better. These are the things that have become a success matrix for me. So you as a young creative, as a young entrepreneur, success shouldn't be calculated as money. When it comes to business success can be calculated based on money and everything. But for a brand, it is never money. It is growth, inward and outward, not money.
I'm at this place called Romy Sharma, and that's because they helped us with location last minute when we had issues with our previous location. So this year, I figured out that I needed to put more effort into my production quality. This time around, I'm trying to do something different to make sure the quality of my content comes out nice. I have to be intentional about it.
Next question. An experience like a win that made your family accept that your career would work out for you. I'm gonna be sincere. Right now, my family haven't fully accepted what I'm doing yet. And that's simply because I don't have a degree yet. And it is not from a place of they don't believe in my dreams or from a place of they hate me or something. It is simply how the society is. As a Nigerian, it is believed that if you don't have a degree, then you don't have a bright future. Now, I want to debunk something that is going to help you get better. Understand that when it comes to your life, when it comes to the things that you want to do, your goals, your dreams, your vision, it is yours for a reason. It is not your family's goal. It is not your family's vision. It is not your family's ambition. And what makes you an adult is where you say, I am going to do this, and whatever consequence that comes out from it, I'm willing to bear it. If you have never gotten to that point where you are willing to take actions and bear the consequences, then you're still a kid. I'm sorry. So, family is always going to come with their own view, which is going to be from a place of fear, love, too much love, and from a place of their own personal life experiences. I'm not saying throw away your family advice and whatever they are telling you to do. No, I'm simply saying that stubbornness you had as a kid, as a child, bring it back out. If you so much believe in this dream that you have and you find it purposeful and you believe it's from God, then do it. Along the line, family is going to believe. I mean, the point where I was able to break the 50% distrust from my brother was the point where I got a deal with a US client. My brother knew that, nah, maybe this guy is not playing a small game. And it gave him a certain level of trust in what I'm doing. Same thing with my dad. My dad, after I left school, didn't talk to me for a very long period of time because, everyone in my family is a graduate and me, the last child, I want to be a dropout. They tagged me that I was spoiling the family's name. And this is from a place of love and also fear. So right now, right now my dad right now my dad always sends me a Facebook message. Precious my son, I am proud of you. But then thinking about it, when I left school, when everything was just happening, I was just trying to build my career. Precious my son, they weren't proud of you. So if you believe in your dreams, family is going to be proud of you at the end of the day. Don't focus on family being proud of you and all of those stuffs. Focus on how do I make sure that these things don't die as a dream and these things are something I'm going to live out. Don't worry about family. They're going to come around. They are blood. They are not like strangers. They will still keep on loving you. And even if you fail, they'll still welcome you back. Don't just fail and sleep there. When you fail, dust your body and continue. As long as it is for you, you're going to achieve it. Trust me. Next question. How do I distinguish between a good idea and a distraction? Purpose. Purpose. Now, you suddenly have an idea and suddenly you want to do something new, something different. The simple thing to ask yourself is why? Why do I want to do this all of a sudden? Why do I have this idea all of a sudden? So my next question is, what foundational story did your first environment hand you about how the world works? I think it is terrible. The first story my environment handed me was a bit terrible. And I grew up in Onitsha. Onitsha is a very, very, very anyhow place. Very, very rough, very, very crazy. What I first learned growing up in Onitsha was that if you want to make it in life, the way you look don't matter. Just have money in your account and you can get anything you want to get, you know. And I think that affected me. I never knew that was affecting me because I was in university. I could have nice clothes and everything in my wardrobe, but if I'm going to class, I will just decide to look rough for some kind of reasons. I don't care what people think. Even when I was in secondary school, they tagged me as a clown because of the way I dressed. Not because I didn't have the nice clothes or something to wear, but I just didn't care. And it is a very crazy thing and a very selfish thing for you not to care about how you look when you are going to meet people. People are going to see you. People are going to be inspired by how you look, how you talk, how you act, how you smell. And if you don't care, then you are selfish. The idea of I don't care about what people say, I don't first impression is still a big deal. And I think you should pay very close attention to it. And I think basically my first environment handed me that. Thank God for my family. And also my friends. They have saved me a lot in this life. What skill do I think is crucial to have outside your creative career and why? Hmm. I think many creatives have one problem: communication. I have seen very good creatives that don't know how to communicate. The very first time I built a website was in Lagos. I was living in Ajah then, Badore to be precise. I was going for jam lessons and I met this very guy who was very, very good at JavaScript. But think about it. At that point and at that environment, people knew me, who was a beginner, as a developer. But him, that was better than I was, people didn't know him as a developer. The same thing happened when I came to Delta State University first time, in 100 level to school. There were many guys that were good in tech, more than I was. But 100 level first semester, many people knew about me already. But people didn't know them. They were just restricted to a particular set of people and all of that. As a creative, I'm telling you one truth. You are going to fight something, which is going to be communicating your skills clearly, communicating that creative in your head clearly. And the best way for you to build your communication skills is going to be not saying I'm going to learn communication, like learn communication, but being intentional about knowing how to communicate. There are two different things. You can wake up and say, I'm going to learn how to communicate, and say, I'm going to be intentional about to communicate. Two different decisions. You can just start learning and start forcing it on yourself, but you can just become intentional. Observe how other people do it, learn pieces of things from them, and from there, build your own self to communicate in the way that you want to communicate. Now, here is it. If you become intentional about your communication, all right, it helps you find your own communication, like how you can best communicate to be more expressive and not be like you are forcing it. But if you say, I want to go and learn how to communicate and all of those stuffs, it can restrict you because you're gonna just focus on you want to learn how to do this, you want to learn how to do that, how to talk better, and then you just become more robotic and more like an AI. So that one skill is going to be communication. After communication is going to be networking. The next market is going to be a community market.